cruising, just pay cash for that Rolls Royce. True trap, nigga, I'm sold everything. Trouble man, hustle gang, I'll go everything.
This week's episode of the Fitness League is brought to you by Caveman Coffee. Shotgun formation! Woo! Oh yeah, baby. Oh, come on! Amateur hour. Fucking amateur hour.
Man.
Fucking Dewar. Thought white people knew how to
Hey
shotgun.
guys, seriously? Martin Luther King would be happy. So would Malcolm X.
This guy can't even find it.
There's a part of token white guy. We're up for
Oh my god.
newbies if you want.
Woo! Let's take a. Can we get the camera to zoom in on how much you spilled?
Sorry about that, Drake.
All over
My
my beautiful
What
shirt.
did you just take? What was that?
Caveman Coffee. Shot to the face.
Nitro.
Nitro! Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fitness League, week 6, right?
Yes.
Something like that. Numero 6, we made it, guys.
Woo!
Fucking ball, we got sponsors now. Killing it. We just shotgun beers. I mean, coffees.
Yeah.
Right?
Nitro!
On my face.
And I
Nitro.
spilled half of it on Andre.
It's alright. It's alright. It's soaking through my shirt into my skin. I'm getting
good
so much energy.
It did, yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's go around, introduce yourselves. Andre Cruz, cruise control.
This guy.
He doesn't even know who he is right now.
Good one. I was like, Julio, the barbell whisperer.
Chris, head coach, CrossFit Union Square.
Boo, that's boring.
Bike.
Man, I don't
Mike
know.
Big White Kahuna, J2 Fit.
He practiced that.
I did it.
Barbell. Drinking his caveman coffee nitro. No rep.
It's so delicious. Really quick, thank you to our sponsors, Caveman Coffee, obviously, CrossFit Union Square, repping it right here, Rhino Co Fitness, Fireline Strong,
His mom.
Julio's mom, as always,
Yeah.
rice and beans.
Barbell CEO, J2 Fit.
Reebok 1 and Reebok.
Boom. And
Technically,
Everybody, that's everybody.
Technically,
Yeah.
I'm Nike, but I'm not.
and that's everything.
Today we have a very cool guest. His name is Dylan Bader. We're gonna talk about him. We're gonna talk about him. What, does he have an AKA?
The masturbator.
The Masturbator. Dylan the Masturbator. He wanted us to play this song to intro him. I think it's a little bit racist, but I'm gonna play it. So here we go.
He's got hate in his eyes.
Yeah.
Is it that you have it up?
Yep.
What song is this?
It's all gold everything.
He's racist.
Get it, baby. I'm talking true A-Town trap shit, you understand that? Motherfucker king. Hey, trap man, stay there. Big right, all I do is get right. Niggas throw me back now. See that? Shit started. 400,000 listeners on the whole sound.
Shake it, boys.
That action wanna pick my nigga. I'll take that through the chick, my nigga.
I think that's been the best entrance so far.
That was.
And the most racist entrance ever.
So can we talk about why you wanted that to be your intro song? They say nigga like 5 times in a row.
It's just I kind of treated walking in here like if I was going up to bat, in the big show, and you want to get fired up for whatever you're doing.
The
so.
lyrical content of that song. I like the beat. The beat's cool.
That's what it's about. I mean, if you want to get into it, I mean, like I'm not.
Gold on my
Do
chain.
do I condone that? I don't know, but does it get the people? does it get the people going? I'd say
Gets
so.
the people going.
I was turned.
No one knows what it means.
Everybody was fucked, but it's
Everybody's
we gotta start working. We gotta start working out.
Caffeine's kicking in, that song's
ready to go.
I need more Nike.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Yep.
You have tattoos.
And you're a ginger.
And you're the worst offense of all.
Not the
Come on.
elephant.
Give me that
Unite.
ginger love.
Not really.
There's only room for one ginger in here, alright? So
You guys are gonna fight later. You guys are gonna fight later.
Like a Caliente ginger, because I'm a little bit.
You're a little bit Mexican.
Brownish.
Okay,
little.
I'm a quarter Mexican.
Bullshit.
You?
By insertion.
Bullshit.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, was there
Literally.
there's like a Cortez in your family line?
Yeah.
That's why we like it so much.
See.
That's why I mesh.
Really?
Yeah.
Like how deep into your lineage?
How deep?
Well, my grandma's 50% Mexican.
Really?
She's Hispanic, so she's 50%.
See.
So Scottish, Mexican.
Hablas español.
See,
Sí, poco.
Nailed it.
I have
Nailed
a
it.
Rico Legado in my family history.
Oh.
That's Carrie's legacy. If you guys don't speak Spanish.
You go there.
Yeah, Spanish, well, Hispanic, Irish, Polish, Scottish, a little bit of Russian.
Ladies, he's taken. Relax. All right. Hey, back to the elephant.
Back to the elephant.
I need soup in here.
Your tattoos. No, so you have one arm, right?
Naturally.
So
Well, let's back up because I think
Let's talk
we're
about it.
forgetting that like people that maybe are listening to this
Yeah,
know Dylan,
yeah.
right? So like adaptive athlete. Let's go through it and tell them who you are.
Okay, what was the question? I have
I don't
one.
know.
I have one hand.
He has one hand. He has one hand. So your right arm is
Yes, my right arm.
his right arm
People
is non-existent below the elbow, or so you get to the elbow.
Yeah, but no.
What was that, like 4 inches?
That's what she said.
Call it 5. Might call it 5. But yes.
Lube it up.
Yeah. That's a whole other issue.
That's the other website.
You can find me and Andre there.
369.
Ninjas 101.
369.cock.
Brokeback Mountain 2.0.
Are we all red?
Yeah, I'm not the only red guy here.
You guys don't know the website? Interracial amputee love? No.
Lance Hardwood, sex architect. Yeah, but no.
I'm not Brian Pumper. I'm not Brian Pumper. Apparently, I look like a porn star named Brian Pumper. I never knew this until.
about to
Holy-
fire this guy.
I said one to you. Remember a long time ago I said
Yeah.
something like that.
I'm gonna
When you
put
edit this, can you put a picture of him next to me?
Ryan Pumper and Andre.
But
I'll post like this.
So you were born this way, right?
You're born.
Yes, I was born this
The
way.
Lady Gaga song was about you.
Naturally. I was born like this. No one really knows why. I mean, I don't know if they like science that shit. If like they know more now than did then. But at least back then, they really didn't know much. I guess And I mean, I never looked into it because I mean, what the fuck is the point? Like, it is what it is. So yeah, I mean, and to be honest, I mean, it could sound cheesy this or that, but like I really haven't had like any limitations. I'm unfortunate. Like I was honestly, I was born to like supporting like family, whatever, and like I never had any like real, in my opinion, anything I really had to get over. Like to me, it is literally just like you want to play. I'm 3 years old. My dad's gonna start skating. Like 5 years old, start playing hockey. Like I'm not sure like how many conversations he had to have with people asking him like about that shit. But like as far as my whole life, it's been like that. Like
It's normal.
it's the only literally the only limitation I would say that I have, and like the only one is that I tried to enlist in the military, and like I can't do that. So like that is it's crazy in a way, because it's literally the only limitation I have. But it's also at this point, I mean, I'm young, but it's like literally the only thing I know like I wanted to do since I was a little kid was do that in hockey. So it's like it's the only limitation I have, but it's kind of like a huge one, because it literally was like my plan.
So Dylan, go through your resume.
My resume?
Yeah.
All right.
STD.
Your bank accounts too.
Let's not tell people about the last two. That's not too impressive, but resume. I've been playing. Well, I was playing hockey from when I was 5 years old until literally this last summer, and where I had a chance to play like minor pro, and it was like pretty low minor pro. Like it was not glamorous whatsoever, and the money is like terrible, and it's very, I don't know, it's demanding, you know what I mean?
But you do it for the love of the game.
Of course, but at the same time, at a certain point, you got to be like, well, what am I going to do with my future? Like, what am I going to do if I get hurt? I mean, it was obviously a big decision and stuff, but I mean, maybe even part of it was like, I was like, you know what, maybe I just wanted the opportunity to know that because I knew I could inside. Maybe it was just to know that I could, and maybe that was like enough in a way. But the reality is, I mean, of course, you look at anything, I wish I was still playing, if it was like where I want it to be. But the reality is, of what I was at and what it would have been, it doesn't line up, you know what I mean? And at a certain point, you just gotta...
Where did you do all this?
Where? Well, I grew up in the city. So I grew up playing and learning to skate and everything at Chelsea Piers.
Nice.
And yes, I mean, I know everyone over there. They're all like real cool guys. I mean, I worked there or in the past and stuff. Then I my hockey moved like 40 minutes north to Brewster, Westchester, like New York. I did that for a few years. Then I went to Lake Placid to Northwood School and did that for a year. Then I went to New Hampshire for 2 years, way up there. And then the last year I was in Ontario.
The Great White North.
We the North. And
That's where the racism came from. Canadians.
nice up
Nigga,
there.
nigga.
Yeah, and I play all around. I mean, like I've gone over. I mean, I've literally traveled. It's funny. I've traveled to a lot of places, but like I can't say like any of it's really been like for fun. Like I've never really seen much besides like a hotel and like locker rooms and stuff.
The life.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been all over the place for hockey. I mean, here, like the States. I mean,
Yeah.
and like I've been to like Finland, whatever. And I mean, yeah, I've been all over.
How are the
So,
ladies in Finland?
I mean, like pretty good, but I'm a pretty dedicated athlete, and my thing was like before I had games and stuff, I couldn't relieve.
Right.
The
You gotta
body,
gotta keep the testerone
So like
built up.
I never.
Yeah.
But there must have been a ton of just jumping at you, though.
I mean, naturally, I mean, you take a look at this. And, what's not to want here, But yeah, seriously, it was pretty fun.
What was your favorite part, like in terms of hockey? What drew you to that? Why did you, I mean, obviously knowing you can do it, but what did you love specifically about hockey?
What I love the most about it, to be honest, was, and it's a similar thing that I find even like within like CrossFit now, and working out and stuff. It's one place where it's like literally nothing mattered. I want to say outside of it, but more so than that, like I would say I have limitations, but it was at a point where it's like, yeah, like I was fucking better than people, and it's like before a game could start, and I've seen it like so many times over the years. Before walking in the rink, people want to like look at me, and you recognize the look, like people look like, fuck's this guy hammered? Like, what's he doing? But then I could go out there and like, I mean, I'm not cocky, but like I was a good player, and it's like I could contribute. And I mean, I was a great leader. So I was like just heart and soul kind of guy, like blocking shots, protecting my teammates, sticking up for them and stuff. A bigger guy too, right? So I mean, that's the part that I love the most. That within like that game, nothing else mattered. It was all right there, and you could really just escape. I see you guys working in here too. I know it's like you guys have the same idea. When you come in here, you go to work, and that's that. When you leave here, you have all other shit to think about, and reality can kick in, but you have that one time a day where you can just black everything out or whatever and just go to work and do what you love, I guess.
Absolutely. How's the fighting? Do you like fighting?
I mean, honestly, it's kind of. I'm not gonna say I don't like it. Yeah, I mean, more so than anything, though. I mean, there's some guys that are just nuts, right? Like, there's guys that like to fight because they literally want to hurt people.
Yeah.
That was never me. Like, I was more like if my guy got like it was a cheap hit, something like that. I mean, of course, you have to let somebody know, like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to do that. It's part of hockey. It's part of your job. But, well, not necessarily your job, depending on what your job is, I guess. But, like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But, I mean, I never shied away from that stuff. I mean, a lot of guys, like, there's a lot of guys, actually, that wouldn't want to fight me, like, because I don't know if they thought that I couldn't or this or that. But, I mean, the reality is, in hockey, it's like, if you tell somebody that, you want to go, it's not like on them to worry about it. Right. So anybody who like real like person, I don't know really what the word for it is, but if they know the deal, like the thing is, and you ask them to go, then they should have no problem, because their only issue is, well, he wants to, then okay. More time than not, to be a pussy if you tell someone to go and they're like, oh, you have one hand, like, yeah, sick observation, like I know. But one of my last games I actually played, a guy went to hit me, and it was nothing bad at all. So I slashed him, he slashed me. We're skating up the ice. He says to me, he's like, let's go. I didn't say anything back. I just dropped everything. One punched him with my stub. Fired the place off.
That was a right hook?
Yeah.
Yeah. Grabbed him, bam. So yeah.
That is
Nice.
It seems like you attack the cards you've been dealt with. You just kind of like play them and you do them well. Like, I mean, I see you in here all the time, and honestly, I've never seen you like shy away from anything. You kind of kill it on a regular basis.
Thank you.
You inspire a lot of people, and then I mean, I was like, one of the first time I saw you deadlift at 275. So tell us about that. Tell us about, like, in terms of your physical feats, like,
Yeah.
what are they, and then what are they, and then what do you think you need to do to change them? I mean, obviously you've been given certain cards, so like.
Yeah. Okay. Well, to be honest, one thing, I know everyone here is gonna cry when they hear this, but like I really don't know any of like my like PR stuff, because like I never like.
You don't write shit down?
No, I do right now. I do.
Okay.
But the
Yeah, I
thing
saw you
is,
with your little
the
journal.
thing is like before is with I've always been training with hockey, right? And a lot of the training with hockey is the one difference is because there's a lot of similar movements. I wouldn't say that there's too much stuff I've done in here that I haven't done something or some variation with hockey. But the thing is, like, I was always a big guy with hockey, and for me more than anything, I would need to be faster and like leaner and things like that, where it's like it never. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's obviously the lifts for it. Like I'm not saying one or the other, but I'm just saying like it was kind of more like, say in the workout you had like, you had 3 different exercises for the first set. One of them was front squats. I mean, there was no need to really go above 225 there, for example. Like there just wasn't a need for it. Like you want more so than anything. You get the good like explosive movement of it. Good. You get a little like you get out of that. But there's no need for that. So now like recording stuff more and actually finding PRs and stuff. That's something that I find myself trying to do now. And I mean, I like it too, because I mean, part of me with hockey always, I like the working out part better. Like it's just fun,
You also just started CrossFit.
Yeah.
It's been what?
I mean, it's been like 2 months or so. So the thing is, like, there are some things that it's like, obviously, like, I'm still learning and stuff. But at the same time, I definitely had a good core setup of knowledge, at least, like, going into it because of hockey. I've been working with trainers since I was like 14, whatever. But yeah, so anyway though, but like there's certain things like with me and like working out, I kind of just like see it in my head and then I try and execute it. Sure. So like for example, with the deadlifts, I mean, I literally just thought to myself, I'm like, well, you just got to replace like the distance there. Like, like same thing if I do push-ups, I mean, I could look at it.
So tell everyone at home what you do to hook yourself up for deadlift.
I literally, one of those, you ever see at the gyms, they have the things for your calves?
Yeah.
Like, you do stuff?
Yeah.
So I took one of those bands, and then I took a chain, like, like the one for when you hold weight and stuff.
A gold chain?
All of my chains. Yeah.
Gold all in my watch.
That's why I wanted it. But yeah.
Special gift present. Is
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so I did that, I wrangled that together, and I mean, that's literally that simple. Like, that's how I do it for deadlifting. And like, it's like for deadlifting, that's one movement you can do like RX, we're gonna call it. Like that one, there's no, I mean, you've seen, there's really no deficiency there,
What is do you know what your 1 rep max deadlift is?
No, I have no idea.
Well, what'd you hit, was it last week when we were lifting pretty heavy?
375 or something like that.
Pretty good.
Ask about, you were saying that this guy definitely motivates a lot of people in the classroom. You just started, you like the community aspect of it,
Yeah.
what you're saying, and now you've jumped into I Am Adaptive, right?
Yeah.
And they reached out to you through Instagram.
I liked how it went down because it was literally like, we reached out to each other, we found each other, and I mean, next thing you know, like, I tagged them at a couple things, whatever, when I was like just working out, whatever. I mean, and I guess, they liked what I was doing, and I mean, the next thing you know, like, I got a contract from them, and yeah, so I mean, like, starting, like, sometime in the new year, I mean, they're doing some pretty big stuff, like, I mean, like, way beyond, like, whatever you want to call my situation, because honestly, mine, it's not much. Like, there's people that literally, like, have, like, body problems, like, inside, like, mind stuff. I don't know the words for it, of course, but, like, I mean, to me, like, every day I can wake up, I can come to the gym, and I can fucking do the same thing that, honestly, anyone else can. Because there's fucking people out there that, like, can't do shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's people out there that literally are forced to, like, be, like, in very confined things, And those people, and I Am Adaptive, they're awesome for that, because they really do reach out. Because those are the people that really not need, but it's like, those people should be promoted more. Like, let people see those people. Like, it's a whole bigger thing than me. Like, I think I'm a very small cog, like, in the whole thing. And it's like, of course, it's cool to put up the videos and stuff like that, but I mean, I'm Adaptive, I do some pretty cool stuff. Because I mean, like, even like some of the workout stuff, I mean, yeah, like with me, I was joking before, but like people on Instagram, they like when I deadlift, like, I don't know what it is, but like they're fans of that. But I do like one arm, like muscle ups, things like that, no one gives a shit. Right? So
I was videotaping, you're like, nobody liked it. I was like, that was impressive as hell.
Yeah, like nobody gives a fuck about
Everybody
that.
wants to sit on the rings.
Yeah, that's true too. But
Next week.
But yeah, but it's like, but anyway, but it's like, I mean, people think that's cool, but then the thing is, like, if you have somebody who's like maybe just like they're just doing like jumps onto like a 45 plate, because whatever problem they have, but that's like a way bigger deal than it looks.
Right.
And on Instagram, fuck, you see someone jumping on a 45 plate, it's like, if you don't know this story, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But it's like, at least I'm Adaptive, can like shed some light towards that.
Right.
And get those people more like, like
people with like
support.
neuromuscular disease and all that.
Yeah, but it's great that you have this mindset that like I only have one arm but I can do anything that most people do. But the thing is, that mindset will still make somebody want to go get like after their work or get after their like bad day, because you know what, you only have one arm, yes, but you still have this mindset that I can do it.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's just as big as someone else who has, you know, a trouble with like the mind or their leg or whatever. Like you still have this mindset that I'm strong, I can do things.
Yeah.
And that's the reason we had John. Like, obviously you're a cool person, but it's
Thank
like,
you.
Yeah.
I try very hard.
you know, but I mean,
Not
don't
this
sell
guy.
yourself short. Like, yes, there's a lot of adaptive athletes out there that like are missing multiple limbs or have neuromuscular disease, but it's like, I mean, your motivation every time I come into the gym and I see you like going hard back here. I think you're front squatting like what 275 with it's like the Frankenstein squat where you had the hand out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing 275 like for singles and doubles back there.
Yeah.
You're doing muscle up. So I think because you're in this gym, a lot of people see you more than you may think.
Yeah. I mean,
But, you know, I mean,
It's kind of like a no excuses policy, which is a mentality. It's kind of like, you know.
well, I mean, just like, sorry, but like, just like literally like off of that. I mean, it is true. It's like, it's obviously something I don't really ever talk about because it's like, I mean, as I'm sure you can tell by now, it's like, what the fuck is there to say about it? But like, the thing is though, my mentality is when I'm back there and like you're fucking doing Lord knows what with like 300 pounds, and then someone next to me is doing something with like 300 pounds. And then here I am fucking cleaning 115. I'm like
With one
like,
hand.
But that's the thing.
And putting it over.
But I don't think like that.
Right.
But wait, and that's the thing because
Yeah.
like, and it's that's the thing, and that's the thing. Like honestly, I think a lot of people, I'm sure you guys all know from coaching and working with people need motivation. They don't have it. I mean, to be honest, like, and it's like, there's no way to instill that kind of shit in someone's head. You know what I mean? And that's
Conception.
I was gonna ask that. I was
but the
like,
thing is,
Yeah,
like, it's
I
like
mean, the mentality.
there's really that's the thing. It's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like obviously like, you know, if people see, I mean, if someone sees this or that, they can get like motivated from it, whatever. I mean, honestly, that's the main reason why I post on Instagram. I mean, as you guys again could probably tell by now, it's like whatever I do, I think it's pretty normal. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if there is someone out there that it does get them going, like they like it, like that's good shit. Like, you know, like. But I mean, the reality is though, when it comes down to it, is like, I mean, my goal, like, I want to be able to fucking compete with him or like you, like, you know, whatever, like that. Like, I don't see the point in like in putting like, you know, a limit on yourself. Like in reality, there are limits. It's science. There's fucking limits. Like no matter what you do, like people can say there's no limits. That's bullshit. There are.
Does it bother you when someone like when
You're
you get too much praise, or like you're saying you want to be on our level, right? Like I'm not a big fan of compliments personally.
Yeah.
So like,
You look nice today, by the way.
Look like shit.
Very
I
smart.
hate you.
Because he's wearing all black.
but when you call
I'll
it,
like
when
everything.
He told me I gotta get a haircut for the show. He's like, your fucking hair looks bad. Go get a haircut. And I was like, thanks, Julio.
when you and someone like refers to you as adaptive, or like someone or another guy just like is being like at the end of the workout. If I am ever the last person, people yelling at me, do it. I hate that shit. Like, does that bother you? Does someone calling you adaptive? Does someone like maybe like making too much of a big deal of something you do on a regular basis annoy you? Like, does that?
Yeah, no, absolutely it bothers me. Like, because, I mean, and it's one of those that bothers me, but it's like, you can't be upset about it because it's like, this person's literally being so nice right now because they're cheering you on. Or to be like, fuck you, like, leave me alone. Like, of course not. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Like, so it's like, but I don't mind that as much because I mean when I'm working out too, like I mean obviously if at a certain point if you are the last person to work out, you're probably working, so it's like you're probably not even there anymore. So it's like you probably don't even notice like too much that's going on outside of that moment, right? But I mean I'd say overall that people like, you know, I don't know, people like give me like I said, it's kind of like something before, people give me praise for like doing like for what I do and stuff. And like I said, if it gets someone like motivated, like God bless, like that's great.
What I love is the creativity of that adaptive athlete. Like, what it's like very new to me. It's like, I mean, I remember seeing videos on like the CrossFit Pain Center.
Yeah.
And what's wonderful is it's creating opportunities. Like,
Absolutely.
I'm sure there are people who are adaptive, but they don't know how to address X or Y. They're like, they walk into the gym and they want to do something, and they find themselves on a bike maybe. Because,
Right.
So like, what I love about like you, for instance, is that you're in here, you're experimenting, you're killing it, you're doing what you need to do, you're competing with us, and then the result is like that the chain. I'm sure there's a handful of people who don't even know about, oh shit, that's a wonderful idea.
I think it's one of those things too where it's like not everyone is as like fortunate as myself where it's like that shit to me comes like that, no joke. Even like ask Chris, like even now after me being here for 2 months, we're doing a workout. Like the first time I was here, I mean both of us trying to figure some shit out, but now it's like literally like, oh I can't do that, what you do? 1 second that guy will say do this. And it's like, for me, it's like, even like when I started the muscle up, I started doing muscle ups last week. Like, you know what I mean? It's literally one of those things where...
The day he tried it, like the next day you got it.
No, the day I tried it, I did it. Like literally, like probably 2 reps in. It's like
what Julio's saying, like
Yeah.
you really could help.
like if I can help out with that stuff, like that's like I said, that's cool, you know. But at the same time, so like say like a guy comes back from like like Iraq, Afghanistan, whatever, right, and he loses like his leg or his arm, like and obviously that guy never thought it would be like that, and that like if I could help that person in some way, like like keep moving and like realize like that it's not the end here and shit like that is cool. It's definitely something that I am like about, and definitely at some point in my life I would like to really, when I get into coaching, I would never want to be like an adaptive specific coach, but I would like to be specific to vets who come home, for example, like because to be honest, that's what I care about. Like those guys, like they served us, so I would serve them.
They have that.
And Walter Reed, yeah.
Walter Reed Hospital, like when I went to visit my brother. Yeah, I want another one.
If I have another one, I might.
I actually have people after this. I'll go through a
We just got offered another Caveman Coffee Nitro.
Moody Warrior does shit like that.
Yeah.
Did you not catch it?
At
Didn't you used to play
CMC,
baseball?
Who was doing that? It was Moody Warrior, and there's another group.
But in reality, like that's my goal to help them. But my goal is compete the same way as anybody else. So that's where I have like a difficulty, because I'm kind of like in a gray area where it's like I do want to do that to help people, and obviously it's a doable thing. But it's like my goal isn't to spread like fucking love and everybody ELE, like let's all fucking hold hands and do shit.
I can't hold that one.
You can shake it.
Hey, there we go.
But like,
I think that's what people need, is not that love, but like that reality of like let's fucking.
So that's the
do this.
thing. But
People need you to just be you. That's not.
no, and the thing is, man, like I'd be fucking lying if I said to you, it's like, I know I told Andre this, but I was like, honestly, my goal in life, like if I could somehow, if I made it to like the CrossFit Games, I could come in fucking last place there. But just because I fucking made it there, like that's something. I'd be like, if you come into the gym on a regular basis, and like your goal is to just like, I don't even know, like your goal is just to do this today or that. Like if you don't have a greater fucking goal and calling, like what, you're never gonna fucking have like real success.
Bomb.
That was like the atomic
Knowledge bomb. Knowledge bomb.
I'm just saying.
We're gonna quote him on that. We're gonna quote
This guy right here read my eyes.
No joke. I'm not kidding you. Every day I leave my house, like to come here. No joke. I fucking come here. As soon as I step out of the door, I have my music on. Like I'm already thinking about the workout. Like I'm thinking what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking even like what am I doing after the workout, which has made my life easier because I have YouTube now to fucking like bug all the time. Like honestly, even if I was like literally, if I was working and I had like no money for anything besides like where I live, food, and to like exercise, I wouldn't fucking change anything. Like for real. Because this is something that you can't take this away. Like if I don't exercise and shit, like I'm all fucked up.
Yeah, same.
Like I literally, like today I took the music. He's like, I don't ever get sick. What he said. But I was like, this morning I woke up, I felt like shit. But it's like I literally think about it, I'm like, if I don't come here today, like what am I doing with myself?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, what am I gonna do? And then I come here and I feel better.
There you go.
Madden. That's
Exactly.
what we call it. Playing Madden.
So quick question: which hand do you tame the dragon?
Pretty obvious question. Dating has always been very good to me, and then honestly now I'm back here. So that's the hardest adjustment.
The transition from being a professional athlete and just crushing it. You were telling me the other day that it was as easy as you just saying, like texting someone and be like, hey.
Yeah, I'll pick you up. I'll be able to pick you up in my truck, a little parking lot. I'll be like, oh yeah.
the truck, you said?
Yeah. Nowadays it's like.
That sounds really rapey.
Wait, a girl picked you up in a truck, or
I'm saying I have my truck, right? And it's like I would.
What kind of truck is it?
It's a Honda Ridgeline, so it's not like oh look at me, like
It's a big truck.
It's like I'm a cool dad, like sort of a thing, like
Technically, it's a soccer practice.
feel safe, But no, so anyway, that was always it's pretty easy to me, like for that. So now I'm getting used to like girls are like, oh, let's like go out on a date. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
dinner?
Yeah. No steak and seafood dinner for you, sweetie.
So he's paying for this stuff now.
Well,
you're always paying for it. We're always paying
Well,
for it.
McDonald's is down
Sorry,
breakfast all
what's
day.
your favorite looks? Very.
my favorite lift.
Or lifts.
You can name 2 or 3.
I mean, I definitely like deadlifting. To be honest, anything I can do that's like RX.
Cleans.
Like, I mean, clean, now I like cleans. I actually just started doing cleans since I came here. But yeah, I like powerful things like snatches. I'm a big fan of those.
Hey, in the van or truck.
Yeah, like pretty much things
Snatches
like
in the
that.
truck.
What do you dislike? What movies do you dislike?
Dislike? Pretty much anything that I have trouble with, because it's very frustrating for me. Because it's like I I hate fucking scaling things. Like, you know, especially when it's because a matter of like maybe the technique's just not there, or maybe it's a matter of mobility's not there, and I feel that if I had the right things for it, you know, like I feel like I have the strength for it, but it's like that kind of, you know, gets annoying. Yeah. Or like when we do workouts, and I mean, cleans for example is something I do enjoy doing now, but it's also very frustrating for me because obviously, but I can squat way more than the reflected of like me getting the bar up. You know what I mean?
Split clean or split snatch, or you go regular, just full?
For snatch, I only do with dumbbells.
It is full snatches.
Oh, no split. Just full. Oh, so okay.
Yeah, just with dumbbell, like snatches, and I think, you know, as time goes on, and I do get more mobility, then I can maybe try and get into doing more stuff with snatches. But as of now, I mean, like, I think I can, the weight that I can do with snatches, I think it's beneficial, like training wise. Why mess with it for now? You know, obviously there's CrossFit or anything. There's always something you could be doing. You know, like it gets so overwhelming to think about, right?
Well, that's something that a lot of that trap that a lot of people get caught in. They're like, my body is stronger than this. Why can't I move more weight? But so much of it is technique. Mm-hmm. Why aren't you as good at golf as Tiger Woods? Because you didn't start playing it when you were fucking 7 years old, 4 years old.
Play golf.
Animal right here. But no, it's the same thing. Like any of the lifts, Olympic lifting, the gymnastics movements, whatever your background is, if you have not put time under tension on those movements, you're just not going to be good at them. It just takes time.
And I definitely I understand that. Like, you know, like with like the movements, like cleaning things like that. Like for example, like I definitely understand that it's like I don't have like, you know, the technique. But one thing though I've noticed since I have been here, because one thing I was always scared at is getting under the bar. Because that's something I've literally think about. I've never done that in my whole life.
Yeah.
I've never caught a bar, like, just never did it because anything I was doing was just different, you know. But like even just from doing it now I'm actually starting to get like comfortable. I mean, it's been 2 months. When I was first here, he just had me like power cleaning. There was no like getting under it.
Yeah.
There's progress.
Right.
Natural
But
progression.
it's 2 months in. You're getting comfortable with the movements. I think a little bit more, and you're gonna start getting a little bit more comfortable with the community aspect of it too. Like, you know, you're a great leader on the hockey field, and you went from being a fucking badasser and then coming in here, and you were pissed off one day because this chick was like pressing the same weight he was.
It's depressing.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
I'm a grown ass man.
Right?
Yeah. He was throwing around a fucking tantrum. He was like, yo, fuck this shit, bro. That girl's lifting just as much as I am.
Very emotional. Like, I'm a 215-pound man.
Look at how much progress has happened in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
Too. Like,
Yeah, I mean, well, honestly, like
I totally see you becoming a leader on the floor, in the community, like you're saying, right? You're gonna do some big stuff with I Am Adaptive. They're helping you out, you're helping them out.
Yeah.
I see big things in this guy.
He just did his CrossFit Level 1 cert this weekend.
I did.
As long as he did well on the tests.
It was
We'll find out.
it was pretty good, minus this one guy.
Talk about Fran.
You want me to
You
talk
don't
about
have to.
that?
You don't have to name the guy by name, but you can tell.
So as you guys here know, you know, and I get that. That's one thing in my life is, you know, I learned to not be so thick-skinned. Like, if you don't know me and you know you're like, oh, this guy's about to start pressing with the old one hand like barbells, like what? You know what I mean? Like, you can be a little cautious. I can understand that. You know, maybe I get a little frustrated, but I understand. If I saw a guy with one hand like saying, I'd be like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, you know, I get it. But anyway, so this guy, like, CrossFit person.
Call him CFP.
What, he was part of the staff?
He was part of the staff, like not the two people
Okay.
two people in the box, fantastic, but like this guy, part of that, yeah. Anyway, so we're going to do Fran. There's like a bunch of people and stuff like that. So literally just, you know, just bare barbell, like warming up, you know.
For anyone that does not know, Fran is a workout. It has pull-ups, thrusters, and pull-ups. Thruster is a squat into an overhead press. The prescribed weight for guys is 95 pounds loaded on the barbell.
What was thrusters and burpees for you guys?
And 21:15.9, right?
21:59.
Yeah, okay. It was. Well, actually, I mean, it was weird. Like, the way they broke it down, when we worked on the movement before we did the WOD, it was thrusters and pull-ups. So but then the workout ended up being something different. It was thrusters and, like, burpees.
Yeah.
But regardless, like, where the infraction happened was before that. So, anyway, the guy owns the box, one of the instructors. He's like, are you doing it with the bar? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, like, cool. Like, whatever, right? Like, and then anyway, so I warm up and stuff like that, and this other guy comes over and he's like, oh, like, you know, he's like, you're doing it with that? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I don't know. Like, you know, and I'm like, okay, whatever, like, let it go. So anyway, I started doing it, like, just warming up, and he's just like, oh, no, like, I want you to do it with the dumbbell. Like, I just want to, just so I can see it. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I do with this, though. I've done it before. Like, you know, try and be nice, much sound like an asshole, like, whatever. Goes, gets a dumbbell, right? Brings it over. I started doing it. I'm like, okay, I give him a few. I'm like, all right, let me, like, I'm going to do barbell, though. And he's like, let's just work on the squat at the bottom for now. At that point, I'm like, okay. Like, wow.
Anytime anyone makes that noise,
Yeah.
that is the douchebag noise. That is the douche. Yeah.
That guy, I need, he's like, but I need you to do it this weekend. Like, you know. So anyway, that was like, that was my experience with that guy. And anyway, I ended up doing it with a dumbbell, and it's like, you know, whatever. At the end of the day, it's like, I'm there to learn, so I could become, you know, coach and whatever. So I can accept the fact it's like, you know what, it's not about me, whatever. It's a bigger thing going on there, but at the same time, it's like, buddy, I've been sitting down for fucking 8 hours. Like, let me do a workout. But no, like, demoralize me.
So now you gotta get his email and you gotta send him what I could clean.
Fuck. No, know what I'm literally gonna do? No joke. You know my life goal is? I'm serious. After that weekend, I am going to literally for the rest of my life work on Fran like above RX. Until I have like the nastiest time like possible, and I'm gonna
do Fran in
fucking
1 minute.
post it at this guy.
What was your time?
It wasn't even real. So I like that whole workout. I was like, fuck it. Like I literally was so mad by like that whole time, and I didn't say anything. But like I was so upset. But I'm literally what I took out of my level 1 is I will have the best Fran time. But you know what I mean? Like literally, I just want to like not the best, but I just want to get a good time on it, just to tag this fucking guy in it and be like, fuck you.
Guy, go yourself.
Yeah, seriously.
Julio says he's gonna be.
What's
your friend time?
How's the shirt overall? You liked it?
Overall, it was good.
This isn't a CrossFit podcast, Chris.
Fuck out of here.
It's America.
This is America.
This is the fitness league. We have rules.
Yeah, no,
We're only allowed to mention CrossFit 4 times. We got our quota for the day. We're
My
done.
ears are bleeding.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
This would take away from the next episode.
Now let's talk about some little gluten-free, GMO-free bullshit.
Yeah, you can answer that question. I'll just fuck with them.
That's fine.
Or not. All right.
The coaching seminar that was not CrossFit specific was pretty good. Well, it was pretty good.
So let's talk about let's talk about food. Everyone always wants to know what people eat. What do you eat other than snatches?
Bears.
And your truck.
What's it called? A pescatarian?
I'm curious.
Just eat
Is that
fish?
the religion or the fish? I was getting confused.
A Episcopalian? A pescatarian?
Pescatarian?
Honestly, no. I ate like I ate pretty clean early. Like I mean,
What does that mean? What is
I mean, literally, like pretty much my whole day. I pretty much eat the same thing every day.
Yeah.
Like breakfast is literally it's like I have some eggs, bacon. I make a shake with like almond milk, banana, peanut butter, chia seed, like hemp seed, whatever. It's the same thing.
bacon.
But yeah, like definitely a lot of that stuff.
WHO.
I mean, like, and then lunch and dinner. I mean, it always varies, but it's literally I don't know either like quinoa or some sort of like not real pasta, some like vegetable made into a pasta that somehow is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I had like this. I had edamame one last night.
Yeah.
It was like fantastic.
I had this quinoa pasta from Trader Joe's.
I
That
saw-
shit was chronic,
I
man.
saw that picture.
So good. Yeah.
It was too early into us following each other. So I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like.
It's like when you go on someone's Instagram and you're like, that picture looks really good, but it was 6 weeks ago, so
you're like,
I
"Next
can't
day
like
starter."
it.
Well, actually, if I want to let a girl know that I'm looking at her, I will find an old picture. But yes, that did happen.
Took the time to look at my account.
Yeah, like I did go back that far.
5 like max.
Yeah.
I go with 3. And
You know
I
what's
go with
creepy when
3.
somebody likes you and it's just like the same person. And
I hate that.
Yeah.
You go
You're
to
like,
your
I
thing,
get it, and I'm not following.
Well, I like when it says like, oh look, I got like 100 likes, and it's like Buddy has 25% of it. Like it's one picture.
Andre.
Yeah, I don't know. I
So
don't.
if you see that from the fitness league, we're the anomaly. You should like
You
us.
should like all of us.
If you see 5 likes on your page, send a DM their way. It means something. Let it slide in there.
Doesn't have who you want to attack.
the D.
So what now with your training? We kind of talked about what you're doing, but
Are you on a program?
yeah, what's your program like? What's your goals?
I mean, my program literally is I'll come here and whatever they have me do, I'll do.
We have excellent programming here.
We do.
I mean, honestly, between
Great coaching.
whoever makes the program, like Chris, right? Like he makes the program, and then after, like I said, like I always try and get it in after. So between like the program that is prescribed, and then between literally Andre and Chris, I'll do like whatever there. I don't know. It's obviously you figure stuff out too. You know what I mean? You kind of got to think what you do want. Yeah. I mean, because again, excuse me, the part of me like with hockey was I was never like trying to get too big necessarily because you want to be like leaner and stuff for that. But I mean, at the same time, now if I'm doing CrossFit, I mean, well, fuck, if I could get bigger, I mean, why not? Do it. You know what I mean? And honestly, over the years, my weight's kind of stayed the same. It's kind of just either more I'll get late. I mean, I've gotten just more like, you know, like lean, some muscle, but I've literally been 220 for like years. Except when I was 18 and I did a bulking cycle and I went to like 240.
Nice. Was it like a clean bulk or a dirty bulk?
Dirty.
Yeah. It's like fat.
Dirty.
Fat boy.
Yeah, it was like some tiggle bitays out there. Like,
titties.
Yeah, it's not really program. I mean, I just want to like, no matter what I do, I try not to overthink it. But I just want to be like in the best shape possible in all aspects of like, you know, like strength, cardio, whatever, you know. And by that thinking, to me, I mean, like, I don't think there's really too much you can do and that's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta make sure you get everything right. Like, you cover all areas. But I mean, there's always tomorrow, right? Like, you know, sometimes I'm in here for like so many hours. I'm like, fuck, like, you certainly got to cut yourself off, right?
Yeah.
Like, you just like, because the next day.
Well, it was the other day. I told you to do this thing with rowing and biking intervals, and I was like, yeah, just do 5 rounds of it, and then I still see you here, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do all 10. I'm gonna do it. I'm like, go the fuck home, Dylan.
The reason being is he said he gave me the workout, and he's like, I've never done the full 10. I actually like the 5. As soon as he said that, I'm like, fuck this guy. I'm like, this is my time now. Where, because even today I'm doing like sled pushes. He's like, you're missing some plates, Dylan. I'm like, fucking push. I'm like, fucking cock. So that's why I was like, you know what? So now next time he does a workout, when he wants to stop, he can. And it's like, it's good that you feed off of it, you know. It motivated me to do more because I'm like, fuck you. And then like you're gonna do it and be like, you're gonna do like 11 or some shit like that, you know.
Oh my god.
Marathon.
There you go. But I mean,
at that point, they'll have a cure for rhabdo.
There you go. I will never die. But I think that's how it should be, and I think in general, people shouldn't treat adaptive athletes like they're different. You know, like the first time I saw you deadlifting, I was like, this fucker's rounding his back like a camel. Like, it looks awful. Like, I was like, oh, cool, it's cool you're deadlifting, but do that shit right. Now you do it right. Now you do it pretty well.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. But like, that's how it should be. I'm like, no, if I see if I see an athlete that's moving in public, I don't care if you have one arm, one leg. Like, no, fix yourself. Fix your shit.
And we match.
Exactly. Best friends.
I wish.
5 best friends.
It only took 50
anyone
minutes
ever
for him
have.
to start ripping on you.
It was a matter of time. Lately, I can tell he's feeling comfortable more with me now these days because now, as I'm working out, there's more insults and like coming in.
The level of shit talk.
I mean, you gotta ask for it though, you know.
No, I do definitely, but it's like now I just noticed that we're starting to feel that comfortable.
Well, that's what I do it all the time. I mean, you're snatching, I'm like, what are they?
Yeah, you know, it's like when they do that too, you know you're good.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, so it's a good thing, definitely. But I mean,
At least that's what they tell me. That's what they tell me.
I'm happy that we're starting to feel like more comfortable, but like literally just like when like attractive women walk by and I'm exercising, he's like, don't be a pussy, Dylan, all right? Like, I'm like, all right.
Oh, that literally happened today.
No, I did. like an hour ago.
That's reverse because the girl's gonna be like, oh man, you shouldn't be doing it.
Look, I think it looks pretty good to me.
That is true. That girl had never been here before, and I'm like giving her a tour of the gym, and you're over there pushing the sled like an animal, and I'm like, don't be a pussy, put some more plates on there. And she's probably like, that guy only has one arm.
Yeah.
Why is he being so mean to
She's
him?
like, who is that guy?
See, reality.
joining
She's
you.
probably like, wow, that guy probably lost his arm in Iraq, and this guy's talking shit to him. Who the fuck invited this guy? Like, who invited him here? He's a coach.
Never coming back here again. That's why we're
Rate your instructor will be like, Andre's an asshole.
It must be an asshole.
Oh man.
Cool. Have you ever tried any other fitness?
He was a salt cycle guy for a while, right? I'm fucking with you.
No, yeah.
I instruct there.
That's for the website, man.
Guys, please.
Do you find that there are any like asymmetries that really like play a role in the way you perform, or?
I mean, honestly, people. I remember even like one of the last times I was deadlifting. I guess it must have gotten better when I was doing it at that time. Somebody said to me, and they were like, literally, like, they're like, one thing that's like, it's actually amazing is like how like even it is, like symmetrical. Like And I mean, literally top to bottom, I'd say that everything pretty much looks the same, except for my right arm, probably like a little bit in my shoulder, and then part of like my back. But like honestly, like chest wise, it's like really the same.
What about your back? Like, is there any like dysfunction there, and any like maybe like?
I mean,
lag or
I don't think it's like this related. I think I have like minor like scoliosis, but like I don't think that that's this related.
Right.
You know, I don't know, but I mean that's pretty much the only thing. Like, cause I can usually find ways to make things even. Mm-hmm. Like for example, like I can bench, like bar, I can do that, and yes, of course there is a range sacrifice there.
But what do you do for bench? You do this a lot. Like you'll have a dumbbell in your left hand, and then
If it's bench, then I'll bench. But the thing is, again, with hockey, one thing that was very like more important necessarily than like, because hockey, like trainers will always say, well, why are you like benching? Like you're never laying on your back pushing in hockey. They'll say that. So one thing, the main thing that we did for years always was, whether it's both at the same time or separate, always dumbbells and always on Swiss balls. Because it's like you have your core engaged. With hockey, your core is always engaged, and then it's also a lot of single. Hockey's a lot of like what's called like unilateral like stuff. Right. So their left leg, right leg, like a lot of like it's rare you have a lot of things together because in hockey there's rare times that you're ever like together, you know, like that. But the one thing is, yeah, so I can do bench like normally. It is what it is. If extension's not fully there, but okay. But I do dumbbell. When I do dumbbell bench, I have a dumbbell obviously in this hand, and then I literally just thread the needle of a plate like with my stub, and like push. Yeah. You know, the only thing that sucks about that is that there is a huge difference. Sure. You know, like I've literally like this in season, this last season, I was working out bench whatever, and I don't know, maybe I worked up to like 90 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever it was, somewhere in there with the dumbbell. So I've had on the left side, I'm doing that, and then on my right side, it's like a 45 pound plate. Like it's just like
step two in there, right?
I can't. It's like because literally like it'll hold in there. Like a plate will hold in there. Like it'll stay in there. You know what I mean? Like overhead, like it'll stay in there. But anything above that, and then like the bigger, like the Olympic ones, whatever reason it is, but like you know like, the hole in it. This one's a lot like more forgiving. Like the normal bumper. Those ones are not fun. So I did try and mess with like, I think it was, what's the big red one?
55
kilo. So I did try and mess with that one because I'm like, well, you know, it's better than 45 pounds, right? But I mean, yeah, like it just.
Taper on that.
I don't know. That's also when I'm starting to the point where I'm like, that is so much effort. Like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, why? You know? I mean, since I started like CrossFit though, like I've definitely neglected this arm a lot. Like with hockey, like I said, like it was always like if there was a push, sort of a shoulder thing, I'd find a way to do it with this. But with CrossFit, I'm like, fuck, I just did like this many like jerks. You know, fuck about this. And I'm like it's not doing anything anyway. It's just dangling in the wind there. So yeah.
But I was telling you like the other day, grab a band and just work on those pulls, man. You got to activate that other side.
Yeah. I was going to, but then I did this interview, so I had to stop that.
Whatever your fitness level is, if you do not take care of your soft tissue, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah.
What about acupuncture? Have you played around with that?
I never did. I mean, I've heard very good things for it.
I do acupuncture.
I'm a big
I've heard like a lot of like good stuff for it. I mean, my whole thing is like again, like right now, like obviously financially speaking,
sure.
like I don't have much going on.
But if someone wants to do acupuncture on him for free,
Or we could, you guys have taken enough that we could probably just lay you down.
stab you.
I don't know if I'm retarded, but I'll be like, sure, like I trust you guys. Like
even with pros, even with, like when I walk in there, no matter how many times I do it, every time I walk in there, I get paranoid. I'm like, is he crazy? Like, because like you're laying there, you're so vulnerable. Like he's sticking needles into you.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm laying there, I'm like, please don't be crazy. Please don't be crazy.
Please don't
slip. As soon as the first one goes in, I'm like, okay, he's cool.
Yeah.
But like I always get freaked the fuck out, like.
Yeah, that'd be just fucking crazy.
Because you never know. Like,
It's ridiculous.
Never know. And it's really you're trusting someone
To stab you in the back.
It's
like your barber when you fucking shave your neck.
and like that's why when I get a haircut, whatever, I'm like no razor. And they're like no razor. I'm like no.
Yeah, me too.
Machine.
Yeah, that'd be fucked up.
I'm like I don't want to. Barbers love to talk to their friends.
Next podcast right here.
Barbers love to talk to their friends, right?
Being
They're
murdered
like,
by
I
my
wasn't
barber.
afraid of it until
they're
now.
like, yo, what's up, man? They're talking shit to their homeboys. Like, one slip, man. I'm like, they won't kill you, but like,
It'll hurt.
It'll hurt. And I'm like, no razor. Yeah.
I have a good safety tip for you. Go to a white place to get your haircut. They won't be talking to their homeboys like that. I go to my bar.
It all comes back full circle.
I go to my barber.
Go to a white
Calm in
barber,
there.
won't be having like those colors.
Racism is back.
I go to Dominicans and they're like talking much shit, and I get involved. They're like, I'm like, you know what? No reason. They're like, you sure, man? So
Focus here.
They spend like 50 minutes. Instead, I'm like, all right, you're done, bro. That's it. You can't make it any straighter. Like, I'm done. So, I mean, but yeah. Anyway, when you get the opportunity, or if anybody wants to provide them with some acupuncture, I think it'll benefit
Female,
you.
preferably.
And Julio's gonna go see a white barber, so it's gonna be great.
No.
They can't get it as tight. Can't get it as
I
tight.
trust him less. Old brown guy. Let's do what we have to do.
Yeah, I like thought about the acupuncture stuff, you know. But like, again, the thing it's with the money, right? Like, because I go to this one person, she's like unreal, like pure like body work, you know. Like she's unbelievable. Like, because there's some shit that you're not gonna release yourself, right? Like. And the thing is, though, it's not even like it's that expensive. Like, if I had just a job, like, you know, full, like in the summer when I have like my job and stuff, I have like good enough money to like, you know, do stuff. It's just right now, this transition from when I got home with hockey, I'm going to school, it was kind of hard to figure shit out, you know? But anyway, it's like, she's unbelievable. And I mean, in an ideal world, I mean, I go like once a week or so, you know, I bet my body feel like, right. Yeah. But it costs money, obviously. I mean, like, you know how it is when you go to like one of those, you get a nice like body work done. Mm-hmm. You're like, this is what it feels like to be normal, like, you know, and like you're like, this. It's the weirdest thing.
PR.
I felt like I was floating.
The Olympic athletes are all getting like 2 times a week.
They get walked on.
They get like royal treatment.
Yeah, they get the royal treatment. So that's sponsored by the government. So.
I mean, yeah, like the day after.
By the way, if we want to.
The government, you want to sponsor us?
We're not.
We're all. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Michelle Obama's all about this stuff, right? Promoting fitness. Just Move or Let's Move? Is it Just Move or Let's Move? Her campaign. Just
play 60.
Wanna be okay. So let's talk about girls. We talked about girls a little bit earlier. Are you dating anyone right now?
I mean,
giving anyone the business?
I mean, give people the business, but I wouldn't call it dating. Like, it's just reality. Like,
are you on Tinder?
I am.
Swipe right, ladies. Swipe right.
I don't know. There's gay ones. I don't know which ones are which, so I just stick with Tinder. There's
I would assume Grindr's the gay one.
That's what I do too, but you never know. Like the thing is, there's all these apps, right?
Maybe
and
it's like a dance club one or something.
I don't know much about it, but all I know is like I'm on Tinder. I'm like, listen, like you're gay, nothing wrong with that, good for you. But like honestly, I'm on my app. Like somehow men sometimes find their way into the swiping. And I'm like, what? Like, you know? And like honestly, like because I don't usually my thing is I watch TV and I just like just swipe and then I'll like, you know, look through it after. You know what I mean? Like see what you got.
You indiscriminately swipe?
Yeah.
You swipe right on everyone?
Unless
if it has a hole,
unless it's real bad, you know. But like for the most part, yeah. And then you know you sort through what you got. I'm not saying I'd hit everybody, but I'm saying like you look through what you got.
You know, if someone has an ugly picture on Tinder, you know they're like fucked up in real life.
For real.
Because everyone puts their best picture.
Or the
on
exact
Tinder.
opposite.
Yeah.
Or they're like, you know what?
Sleeper.
They're not into superficial things.
Right.
Sleeper.
They're like, I'm gonna put a photo that isn't appealing, and if they like me for who I am, then they're gonna get the real good stuff.
I mean, I definitely
But I'm gonna go with that.
agree that could be a
Your
thing.
odds are it's gonna be a bad
Yeah.
situation.
What is your picture on Tinder? What does it look like? I don't care. Just describe it.
There's
to the
one
listeners.
of me after I did a spark.
One handle is truck.
Just me laying in the back.
It's just a 6.5.
The Honda Ridge. Honda, if you want to sponsor him, it's big
Actually,
in the ridge
they
line.
discontinued my truck actually. But my pictures, I have one where I'm at what's it called, Fenway Park. Because I just did like a Spartan there, the race,
Spartan
you
race,
know.
yeah. Spartan race.
So naturally, my body's going, got the shirt off, like you know, body looks good. But at the same time, I'm there with my mom, my sister, so they're like, "Wow, this guy's hot, but he's a family guy too."
Right.
Like
You know, psychology related.
Yeah, she's like,
I-
he can
I
impregnate
need a
me.
puppy in there, and you're fucking golden, dude.
that's picture number one. Picture number two, it's me working again. Me on a roof, nice picture. Because
yeah.
there's like, this guy knows how to work. Because the thing is,
Family man working. He's a carpenter.
and the last picture, it's me. It's me when I deadlifted like 375, just tarps off like that. This might
He's
not
got some
be the
endurance, he's
relationship.
I mean,
Yeah.
Real talk. That's what 65 to 70% of women in New York want.
And I'm all right with that
not the
because
date.
I'm young. Like I'm just doing my thing now. So it's like I don't need a relationship either. I can't afford a relationship in this city.
That's what
You know, like it's pricey. You know,
Spill your secret.
there's it's pricey out here. Like you know, trying to get an Aerodyne bike. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
And what's your Instagram name?
dbades55.
Oh,
How do you spell
is
that?
that your
D-
Tinder name too?
Oh, my Tinder name's Dylon.
Dylan.
Oh, you don't have usernames. You just have your real name.
On Tinder, yeah, it's just your name. It's from your Facebook, so it's just your name.
So your Instagram is spell it out for him.
No, you put it up, right?
Not DBADES 55. You can follow me or slide in my DMs.
Slide my DMs.
Slide in my DMs.
Men not accepted or no?
What's that?
Men are not accepted.
Men are not accepted.
Serious
Men, you
inquiries
can
only.
men can follow. Men, you like the pictures, but ladies, slide in the dim. The dim.
Yeah,
Slide in the
in
dim.
the dim. He'll slide you some DMs.
Slide in my dim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. You have any questions for us?
You guys are great.
Cool. You gotta get stronger though. Well, I mean, you weigh 215 pounds. You should be able to deadlift more than all of us.
I probably could deadlift all of you put together, but that's a whole different issue for a different day.
Challenge accepted.
You don't have to show off.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I'm here to
You guys gotta get
motivate.
stronger too.
That's true, we do.
Everyone's gotta get stronger.
Oh,
Everyone's gotta get
And I'm
stronger.
stronger.
But why do you guys say that and then look and do it though?
Yo, why does Chris Espinal clean more than 3 of you when he weighed 145?
Are you saying I'm fat? What is this?
It's that Costco cake, baby. It's that sheet cake. It's that sheet cake.
It's actually a baby. I'm pregnant.
Congrats.
Pregnant?
Congrats.
Cool.
We forgot to wrap
Fitness
up.
League. Follow us on Fitness League on Instagram, on Facebook. Chris is back. He went to go take a shit or something. I don't know.
Got a solo cup with some caveman coffee.
Karate.
He
Karate.
fell in the toilet. It's like the little kids who fall in the toilet.
Get that nitro when you just gotta go. Fitness League on Instagram, on Facebook. Follow our stuff on YouTube, and you can download our podcast on iTunes.
iTunes? Yeah, check it out.
For the holiday season, download all of them. And then if you're like traveling to your family's house, just download them and listen to them.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do when you're driving?
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, thanks
Get
for
it.
tuning in.
Love you guys. See you
Special
next
shout out
week.
again to Dylan. Thanks for
Thank you. Play this song. Play you out. Let's play him out. Let's play him out. Let's
Let's
play
see
him
what
out.
you got
You
here.
gotta walk out like a thug again.
We should like flicker the lights and shit.
My nigga, when you talking to me, say it with your chest, little nigga. I pull up on your set and make a mess, little nigga. Okay, I got a key, look, go.
You can't sing this song.
Running up,